Friday. Yes, and it's been a fine week in the name of sports. A lot has been happening, and we are here to update you all. Of course, I am your host, Ogowe Eddie, and joining me on set is none other than my analyst, Shafi Zele. Yes, Shafi will be also with us today to help us break down each and everything imefanyika. Shafi, how are you?
I'm fine.
How's your week been?
Nzuri tu, Mwenyezi Mungu ajalie.
Sport imekuaje kwako?
Imekuwa nzuri sana.
Imekufurahisha kabisa.
Kuanzia Jumapili hadi leo. Bado kuna mchezo bana. Leo kuna Napoli.
Ndio tumeingia climax.
Si climax, kesho pia kuna games za EPL. Sunday hakuna kupumzika. Siku nzuri, wiki mzuri sana.
Well, so much for sports, and we're here to break it down for you, for those who don't know much about it. And to begin with, we want to begin with the story of Kosgei. Bridget Kosgei has made us proud, although it's not as we expected, but then again, we are all but proud. Now, Ethiopian Ababel Berihani is the new world half marathon record holder. Ababel today lowered the previous record held by Kenya Jocelyn Kosgei by 20 seconds in Ras Al Khaimah half marathon in United Emirates Arab. Kosgei, the pre-face favorite, was second after also dipping inside Chepkosgei older world record time of 1 hour, 4 minutes and 49 seconds. Another Kenyan, Rosemary Wanjiru, who was making her debut over the distance, finished third after clocking a personal best time of 1 hour, 5 minutes and 34 seconds. It was a Kenyan affair in the men's category as Kibwat Candid ran brilliant race to win a personal best of 58 minutes and 58 seconds. Alexander Motiso was second in 59 and 16, while Ethiopia Mulia Muhisia was settled for third place in the 59 and 47 seconds. Wow, this is quite inspiring. I mean, I'm a bit disappointed that that Kosgei didn't make it for first, but it's been her first race ever since last year. She's been out of the tracks for a while. Yeah, this is a first race. So even Yamerudi, do you think this is disappointing, or this is a good show to show that she's back and she's preparing well?
For us, inaonyesha kwamba ni mzuri, amerudi na nguvu, lakini najua kwake yeye mwenyewe ana kwamba amerudi chini. Yeye amekuwa ni 2019, 2018 world champion pale kwa championship, vile amekuwa ni record holder katika London Marathon. Sasa sidhani kama kwake personally anaona kwamba pengine sio matokeo mazuri, lakini kwa sisi wa Kenya tunakwamba ni matokeo mazuri. Amemaliza wa pili, sawa, lakini kwake personally si matokeo mazuri. Yeye ni mtu amezoea kupata ile kwa nambari 1 kila siku. Amekuwa na ile world record holder katika London Marathon, na hii kwake sio nzuri.
Well, Joel Davis has just joined us, and this is actually making room for a better conversation. Now, Joel, we were talking about Bridget Kosgei finishing second today in the marathon race that she ran, and Shafi here is telling us that it was really disappointing for her to finish second. She could have done better, but my perspective is this is her first race ever since last year. She's been out of the tracks for a while. So you, as per your opinion, do you feel that this was a disappointing run, or do you think it's a good show considering the fact that it's her first race ever since the year began?
Okay, for me, I'd say it's not a disappointment, because if you have been out for that long and you are coming back and you are getting position 2, it shows that you still have something to offer. So for me, I feel like now position 2, maybe after 2 or 3 more months of training, then you'll be back to its normal. So for me, I see like it is just a good step towards where it's supposed to be.
Well, I always like it when my analysts don't agree, because it gives scene for a better conversation. Normally it takes longer, so this time I'm just going to cut it short for a while. But then again, hey, every day is a good day to argue. Now, personally, I think it's a good show, and we are hoping that she does well, because I believe that this is her preparing for the London Marathon, which will better yet prepare her for the Olympics. So for me, I think this is a good show, and I just hope that it does progress better as she goes on in London. Or do you feel that there's a way vitu zinaweza kuwa different?
Hapana, lakini alivyojituma mimi sioni kama kutakuwa vitu different. Naona kwamba atajituma zaidi, kwa sababu mmazo wa pili amejua yule mwenye anampinga ni nani, mpingamizi wake ni nani. Nimekuambia kwa Kenya tunaona ni sawa, lakini kwake mwenyewe na vile world record holder anasi vizuri sana.
Oh, so kwa Kenya tunashukuru, lakini anafaa kukutia bidii.
Anafaa kutia bidii.
Okay. Shafi, tumekupata kweli, tumekupata. Tujakukosa hapo mahali unaelekea. Now, moving on to the next story. Now, this one makes in for a really interesting story, and this shows that hard work does actually truly pay eventually. Now, Kenya International signs for Besiktas. Harambee Starlets forward Esi Akida has joined Turkish giants Besiktas for a 2-year deal. Akida, who was part of the starlet squad that made history when they qualified for the 2016 Women African Cup of Nations, put pen to paper on Monday afternoon after successful trial. The deal came 12 months after a 1-year deal with Israel-based club Ramat Hashum came to an end. Besiktas is currently second in the 12-team league, 36 points ahead, a point behind league leaders ALG Sport.
You know what, Eddie? When you perform well, timu zingine zinakuona.
Kucheza kwa utuzo.
Hapana, ukiperform tu vizuri. Wakwambia ukifanya tu kitu yako vizuri bila kuangalia nani ananiangalia, unafanya tu personally vizuri at a personal level, personal best. Una timu zingine zinakuangalia, watu wengine wanakuangalia. Huwezi jua hata sasa tunavyofanya show, huwezi jua nani anakuangalia. Unapata ukitoka hapa mtu anakuitia kitu fulani, kitu kubwa. So Akida amecheza vizuri. Kwa nini nimesema hilo? Harambee Stars, wale wanaume wa Harambee Stars, sio kwamba wanacheza tu nyumbani, na sio kwamba nyumbani ndio wameumbwa kucheza pale nyumbani. Hapana, wao wafanye bidii kama wale Harambee Starlet. Angalia David Ouma ametajwa mpaka nje. Harambee Starlet kwenda kucheza ile nini yao kule Turkish vizuri sana. Harambee Stars kukopi ama kufuata ile nyayo za Harambee Starlet.
Joel, this actually makes it for a very interesting conversation. Now, me personally, I'm happy. And last year we were here together when we discussed about so many times we talked about starlets, in fact, with you. And I remember in some of our conversations, tuliongelelea venye wamefanya vizuri despite the challenges that walikuwa na face, some of them being financial, some of them being, well, they had different challenges. So for them to actually come to a point where they're being recognized with the other teams, it does show that something is working out right?
Okay. Yeah, sure. One thing I should tell people is that outside, let me say in Europe, there's so many teams that are looking into African for talent. The only thing is we are not exposed to what Europe wants here. So, but scouts can come from Europe to Kenya or to Nigeria or any other country in Africa, just like that, to look for players. They have to perform at a certain level where people can see them, but people are hungry for talent. As long as you put any performance beyond par, everybody will want you, because so many people are hungry outside there wanting to sign these players here.
So in regards to what you're saying, one thing I have actually noticed that there is a very big need for managers and
scouts and
agents.
Yes.
That's one thing that Africa is really lacking, because it's the one way that you'll be exposed out there while still playing in Africa, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Confidence is 50% victory. Wale wachezaji pia wanataka kuwa na confidence kwamba wanaweza.
Okay. So it's not just confidence, and it's not just all about them. It's also the need of agents and scouts and, of course, managers. That's the only way, or one of the best ways, to actually make your football go out there. Now, still on Starlets, Harambee Starlets provincial squad for a Turkish Women Cup has been named. Now, Harambee Starlets head coach David Ouma has released a provincial squad for the Turkish Women Cup scheduled to run from Monday, March 2nd to Wednesday, March 11th, 2002. The call-up largely features players who did the country proud in the Sekafa Championship game last year, in which they emerged as champions. Coach Ouma is expected to trim the squad to a final list of 21 a few days before the team jets out to Turkey on Monday. The team is expected to hit camp on February 23rd, 2020 in Nairobi, as local friendly matches has been lined up on Friday, February 28th, 2020. Now, we do have a video to actually play for you. So the TC take over.
For us, at this moment, for us as a nation to participate at the Turkish Women Cup, I think it shows the seriousness with which now, if you look the little goals that the federation is putting to be the best member association across the world. And of course, you know, Kenya being a sportive nation is really on the world map. And this is where, at this moment, we are pushing as the women, for the women football. Because if you look currently where we are ranked at 133 position, and you look and you would like to be at the World Cup, we've got to play the top rank.
Coach David Ouma highlighting us on what's going on. Now, you guys, there's something I've actually really noticed. I think it's about time that people started just acknowledging just how much starlets have achieved to this point. I mean, there are a lot of things that these ladies have done. To get where they are today, it's not been easy. It's been a big struggle. But one thing that I actually acknowledge and really, really commend them is the fact that they did not let the struggles that they're going through affect their play in field. But you guys can share more about what you think about starlets to this point.
Okay, for me, I'd say they decided to give their best regardless of the lack of allowance, lack of food, lack of better sleeping facilities. They decided to oversee all those challenges and give their best. Then going to Turkey, it's not, like I can tell you, it's not about the trophy they are going to play, the matches they are going to play. It's the exposure that they are going to see. You know, if you go there, you see their changing room, you see their diet, you see their trainers, you see everything about there. And you come back to Kenya and you see the conditions that you are coming from and going there. So you'll find everything that you are going there is basically going to benchmark what is happening there. And you get exposed to their life. And then you have that determination of going to play in Europe. Because you have seen everything about Europe, everything, where they sleep, everything. Then you come back to your condition in Kenya. You'll do each and everything to get yourself out of this Kenya to go play in Europe. So for me, it's more like exposure and to give them that mindset that if you work hard, you'll eventually go there.
So this is an opportunity for them to actually showcase their talent. For someone who is there and watching and needs a player of their caliber, this is a window for people to see them, right?
Yeah.
Alafu pia yule David Ouma, kocha wa Harambee Starlet, yes, anafaa sana kupigiwa makofi ama kupatiwa kongole, kwa sababu David Ouma amejituma, ametoka na wale wasichana kila mahali, kwa kila hali, wakilala chini sakafuni wako nao. Wale vijana wamelala chini sakafuni, wakienda kule nje wanapiga watu, wanalala chini wanapiga watu. Inamaanisha kwamba David Ouma na vijana wake wanajituma sana, na serikali kando na kuwa wanawatenga sana ama wamekuwa wakiwatenga, lazima sasa alivyosema Amina Mohamed kwamba kwa sasa watakuwa wanaangaliwa zaidi wale vijana wa Harambee Starlet. Inapendeza sana kama wataenda kule Turkey, basi na natamani sana alivyosema Amina Mohamed azidi ile promise yake iwe fulfilled.
Well, so much commendation to David Ouma, and we are really proud of the work that he is doing, and I really, really hope that he continues that way and even more. We would really like to see starlets even go further and further and the ladies be called in better teams. Now, speaking of coaches who are still getting commendation, Muyoti has been named as January Coach of the Month. Yes, Kakamega Homeboys coach Nicholas Muyoti was on Tuesday named January Fidelity Insurance Coach of the Month. Now, during the month of January, Homeboys won all their 4 matches and scored 9 goals. They thrashed threatened Kisumu All-Stars 4-0, beat Zuke Richo 1-0 before trouncing defending champions Gor Mahia 2-1 at Bukongo Stadium. They completed the excellent month with a 2-1 win over Kariobangi Sharks. It's the first coaching accolade won by the former AFC Leopard midfielder. Muyoti takes home 75,000 as personalized trophy for their achievement. Now, we have to really commend it. It's been a fine job. To win all these games, and you can look at the teams that he has been playing with. Now, to take points from Gor Mahia and take them from Kariobangi Sharks, it's not easy. So for him to actually do that, and right now, Homeboys are third. I believe they're third in the league, and they are like 41 points, 4 points behind Gor Mahia. Yeah. So this is good work. I believe he deserves it.
And Muyoti, huyu Muyoti vile ukimwangalia ukitaka kujua alifanya kazi gani, ungeangalia ile mechi yao dhidi ya Gor Mahia. Yeah. Muyoti alituma sana vijana wake. Muyoti kazi yake ilionekana sana kwa hiyo game. Mimi naweza sema kwa mechi zote ambazo nimeziona za Homeboys, Muyoti mechi kubwa sana ambayo amekuwa nayo ni ya Gor Mahia. Na vile usisahau kwamba wale Gor Mahia walikuwa kwa mitandao walikuwa sukuma sana vijana wa Homeboys, wakiwatukana, wakirushana maneno. Wakisema kwamba hutatushinda, hao wanasema tutashinda.
Well, that's another Mashemeji derby, so it's of course expected. But Joel, what do you have to say about this?
Okay, for me, I'd say when even you see the nomination, I'll stand out to any other person mwenye alikuwa na compete na to the January award of the best manager. For me, it's all about the work you put in. If you put in a lot of work, if you give your best, you'll be recognized. So ana challenge, ana competition. It was clean for him, clean win, and he's like, yeah, commendable.
Well, good luck to Muyoti, and we really hope the best for him as well. Now, Gor Mahia may have had a bad record against Homeboys in January, but they did well this week as the Gor Mahia triumphed over Naivas in the FKF Betway Cup round of 32 action. Now, Gor Mahia twice came from behind to beat Naivas 3-2, setting up a date with Postal Rangers in the round of 16, the FKF Betway Cup. The match was played on Sunday, February 16th, 2000 and of course this week in Kasarani. Goals from Dixon Abondo 40th minute and Lawrence Juma 69th minute and Boniface Omondi deep into the stoppage time were enough to cancel Kingsley Awar and Rashid Hassan first half goals. Bandari, Ulinzi Stars, KCB, AFC Leopards and Kariobangi Sharks also booked a place in the tournament's round of 16. The tournament winner takes home 2 million Kenya shillings, while runners-up pocket 1 million. In the third place will be, and fourth place, teams will take home 750 and 500 respectively. That is 1,000. Yes, 500,000.
Have you noticed something about FKF, your Betway, na KPL? Notice kitu?
Well, that's why you're here as an analyst.
Unaona kwamba vijana wanajituma sana katika pale FKF, hiyo championship, ambapo nasema ni championship yetu sasa kama FA yetu kushinda KPL. Leo ilikuwa jana, KPL imesema kwamba hawana pesa ya kumtuza ambaye atashinda ligi. Alafu hapa huku kwa championship, sasa kwa hii FA yetu hii ambayo ni FKF hii, kuna 2 million prize. Inamaanisha kwamba vijana watajituma sana kwa hii 2 million kushinda kukimbilia ile kikombe. KPL imesema kwamba bado ile shirikisho halina fedha za kutosha kupatiana prize kwa atakayeshinda ligi.
Sasa hiki tu si wangenyamaza tu, naomba kwa malize ligi alafu ndo
imeharibu sana mchezo.
Okay,
Joel, please enlighten us.
I've been watching these two leagues. I tend to believe there's a lot of good organization in the second division, which is the FKL. There's a lot of organization, there's a lot of sponsorship. Unapata huko kuna sponsorship, kuna so many good, let me say, kuna mwelekeo. But ukikuja kwa KPL, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of bad management. So hata ukipata saizi, like I can say, most of the companies in Europe, they are trying as much as possible to work with the second leg in Kenya, but not the first leg. Because nilikuwa naongea na some of these companies, wakaniambia the one challenge with this major league is most of the players are old. You know, tunataka kuja kwa Gor Mahia maybe to do scouting ama to do these big players, these big clubs. So part of players are all above 25, 26. You can take them to Europe. But if you target this second league, utapata players are young, 18, 17. So this is where the future is. This is the potential talent. This is the potential where you can sign players. So I tend to believe saizi attention mingi inakuwa focused to the second league in Kenya. I don't know why, but I just feel kuna more attention there.
Well, let's not take so much attention away from the FKF Betway Cup of round of 32, because a lot did happen that day, and Gor Mahia coming 2-0 down and winning it, coming down twice and ending up winning it. It wasn't easy. It wasn't really easy. Now, I do agree to the extent that, well, of course, wakisema Premier League ina pesa na watu kujituma kwa cup kama hii, it does reason with logic, because yenyewe rent lazima ilipwe, school fees lazima zilipwe. Hao wachezaji pia ni binadamu tu kama sisi, wako na majukumu kama sisi. So hao pia wamefika kwa ile sehemu wanajihisi ni kama yani pia yani mahitaji yao lazima pia yatimizwe, unaelewa? So hauwezi walaumu, lakini pia it's about time. I believe it is really about time that someone actually did take this issue of Premier League lacking finance seriously. But who will do that kama hadi saa hii bado tunabishana na elections za FKF?
Umeona FC Leopard kisumbukana 400k.
Acha tu, ina masaibu tu yazidi kabisa. Anyway, it was a very interesting week in international. This weekend we do have also the Premier League that is yet to be played, but let's start with the Kenyan Premier League, that we have a fixture for you with the teams that are yet to play this weekend. Now, of course, these were the games who were played last. This was Bandari versus Kakamega Homeboys. It was a 1-1. Wazito went 2-1 against Western Stima. Chemelil 2-1 against Postal Rangers. AFC Leopards went lost to Tusker 1-0, and Nzoia Sugar also drew 1-1 with Ulinzi Stars. Madara United won 3-0 against Zuke Richo, and Sofapaka beat Gor Mahia 3-1. This was on Saturday 8th. This was the last game that were played in the Premier League. It's been a while since these guys played. Okay, FC Leopards versus Tusker. It was 1-0. FC lost. And then this week, of course, we'll be having Bandari versus Mathare United. Will be playing tomorrow. Western Stima versus Kariobangi Sharks also will be playing tomorrow. And we have Postal Rangers versus KSB will be playing tomorrow. AFC Leopard will be welcoming Sofapaka, who last beat Gor Mahia 3-1. Now, moving on Sunday, we have Ulinzi Stars versus Kisumu All Stars, Tusker versus Wazito, and then Kakamega Homeboys versus Chemelil Sugar, Zuke Richo versus Gor Mahia, and then Sony Sugar versus Nzoia Sugar. Now, guys, of all these games, which one do you think will be the biggest game of the weekend? Is it Sofapaka versus AFC Leopard or Bandari versus Mathare United?
AFC Leopards versus Sofapaka.
AFC Leopard versus Sofapaka?
Yeah.
So, Joel?
I go for the same FC versus Sofapaka.
FC versus Sofapaka. Now,
Yes.
well, that will be a very interesting... It is the Blues against the Blues.
Yeah.
Yeah? Paka versus... Paka na paka, si
Paka na paka.
Si wote ni mapaka.
Yeah.
Well, let's wait and see and how it will all turn out. Now, moving on to the EPL, last games that were played, Everton played against Crystal Palace and they won 3-1. Sheffield played against Bournemouth and they won 2-1. And then Southampton lost 1-0 against Burnley. When Brighton lost, drew 1-1 with Watford. Wolves drew 0-0 with Leicester. Norwich City versus Liverpool. Norwich lost 1-0. And this one was a very interesting match if you guys really watch it. Actually, where Norwich did put out a fight, a real fight against Liverpool. Most people say that Liverpool were lucky, but then again, who's to say?
VR.
Oh, VAR. Yeah. Okay, so okay, VAR played a part in that one, and there's been a lot of complaints against VAR. But then again, moving on to this weekend, we do have interesting matches to be played. Chelsea will be facing out Tottenham. I think this will be the weekend game of the game of the weekend, like
that one. And Man City versus Leicester.
Man City versus Leicester. Now, of course, we have Burnley versus Bournemouth tomorrow. Southampton versus Aston Villa tomorrow, and then we have Crystal Palace versus Newcastle, and Sheffield United will be welcoming Brighton. Leicester City will also be welcoming Manchester City, and on Sunday we do have Wolves versus Manchester City, Arsenal versus Everton, Manchester United versus Watford, and Liverpool versus West Ham United. Now, guys, tell me which one of these matches. Okay, Tanzania, Chelsea versus Tottenham. Which one do you think will take it home?
Chelsea, because they're playing at home.
They're playing at home. But Chelsea haven't been that consistent at home this season. I mean,
yeah,
to prove like home is the best place for them.
Okay, I think Chelsea are poor at the moment, but Spurs are worse because Spurs work on so many injuries. They don't have their formation.
And Mourinho is guessing things again.
Yeah, Alafu they played over the weekend on Wednesday and they were outplayed. So there's a lot of energy that they used in their game.
True.
So coming on Saturday, which is like 2 days, only 2 days of rest,
Chelsea
and they're back here. So I think Chelsea.
Okay, Shafi, I want you to give me this one of Leicester versus Manchester City.
Oh yes, Manchester City.
Manchester City.
Yeah.
Why do you think Manchester City is going to beat Leicester? Now, this one I actually want him to respond because he is a serious Leicester City fan. But okay, finish with what you're saying.
Manchester City ndio wako katika ile nini, wako katika msukumo mwingi ambao pengine wanaweza kosa kucheza Champions League, wanaweza kucheza fiongo, lakini bado watacheza vizuri. Mimi naenda na Manchester City.
Joel.
Actually, for me, I'll go with Leicester because
not because you're a fan, but because
yeah, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Definitely, I'm pulling towards my side. But the fact is, Man City are going to play Champions League on Wednesday, so they are going to play this game with one eye into the Champions League. They have to at least rest some players because they are going to play in Santiago Bernabeu in Spain. So if they play all their players here and they get tired and they go to Bernabeu, there's a chance they will lose. Second thing, Manchester City have already secured their top 4 position. And going to Madrid is the only trophy they won.
And they are not sure if they are even going to play Champions League next season.
Yeah, so they'll have to.
They might as well win it this season.
Yeah, so they'll have to do everything for the other game and leave Leicester to win 3-0.
Well, let's wait and see what will happen this weekend. Of course, these guys do not agree on their results. But if I was to say mine, I would say, well, let me preserve it for next week. But I will be looking forward to the Arsenal versus Everton camp because these are two coaches who have not been in the Premier League as coach for a while, and now they're going to meet each other, and it's all about the efforts that they have made ever since they stepped in as head coaches. Now, from us to you, of course, is goodbye. But just as a reminder, Y254 will be showing the FA Cup on the 3rd and 4th as Tottenham face Norwich and West Brom face Newcastle. So I hope you guys will be tuned, and of course we will not disappoint you as usual. Now from us to you is goodbye. Joining me on set has always been Joel Davis, who has been with us throughout, and Shafi Zele. I am your host, Eddie Ogoe, and go ahead in.